Hello everyone. On the occasion of International Ophthalmology Day, I would like to talk about SLE, that is systemic lupus erythematosus, commonly known as lupus. Lupus is a Latin word for wolf. It was so named during 13th century as the skin rash of lupus was thought to appear like a wolf's bite. It is an autoimmune disease in which the body's immune system mistakenly damages the healthy tissues of various systems of the body by the circulating autoantibodies and immune complexes. The rate of incidence of SLE varies between countries from 20 to 70 among 1 lakh population. Females of childbearing age group are predominantly affected than men. For example, it's 9 times more commoner in women than men. The cause of SLE is not clear. It is linked to genetic and various environmental factors. Female sex hormones, vitamin D deficiency, smoking, sunlight, and certain infections are believed to be the etiological factors or increasing the risk of getting lupus. It is one of the commonly known criteria called great imitators, as it mimics or mistaken for various other illnesses. The symptoms may be mild to severe. The commoner symptoms would be fever of more than 100 degree Fahrenheit, easy and extreme fatigability, hair loss, joints pain, muscles pain, Raynaud's phenomena, and psychiatric symptoms. So the skin manifestations of SLE commonly seen on sun-exposed areas like face, ears, neck, arms, and lower limbs, and the rashes on the face follow a typical butterfly pattern. They can cause either rashes or sores on the skins. Skin sores are called discoid lupus. Women are more commonly seen with a greater number of flares, arthritis, Raynaud's phenomenon, which is nothing but the fingers become either blue or white on cold, psychiatric symptoms, and lower WBC count. And women with lupus have increased risk of undergoing spontaneous abortion or in utero fetal death. Men present with seizures, lung, heart, renal diseases, and peripheral neuropathy. The eye manifestations can be seen in almost one third of the lupus patients. The commoner features would be dry eye syndrome, secondary Sjogren's, inflammation of the sclera, and non-infective ulceration of the peripheral cornea. Retinal involvement includes retinal vasculitis, retinopathy, retinal detachment, ischemic optic neuropathy, and secondary angle closure glaucoma. Apart from this, the medication used to modify the course of the disease, like corticosteroids, can also result in steroid-induced cataract and secondary open-angle glaucoma, as steroids have been prescribed for long term. And apart from steroids, anti-malarial drugs can also result in otic keratopathy and maculopathy. So how to diagnose this disease? Diagnosis based on a combination of clinical features as well as certain lab investigations. ESR is usually raised, but CRP is not always. Certain specific tests meant for SLE include lupus anticoagulant and antinuclear antibodies. So how to treat? There is no cure for SLE. So there are certain medications to modify the course of the disease, which include non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, corticosteroids, and disease-modifying anti-rheumatic drugs. So what are these disease-modifying anti-rheumatic drugs? They are basically used to minimize the risk of flares. Here I would like to stress that the clinical features of SLE follow a specific pattern, like periods of illness is called flares, followed by periods of remissions. So this disease-modifying anti-rheumatic drugs can modify the course of the disease by minimizing the risk of getting frequent flares, further progression of the disease, as well as the need for corticosteroids. So examples for this disease-modifying anti-rheumatic drugs are anti-malarials like hydroxychloroquine and immunosuppressants like methotrexate and azathioprine. So apart from this, we have to follow certain lifestyle modifications or adaptations. Avoiding exposure to sun can minimize the worsening of the skin rashes to a greater extent, because the skin manifestations are worse in lupus. Avoiding fatigue-inducing activities, because the lupus affected patients are more prone for easy and extreme fatigability. Because of these reasons, the lupus affected patients tend to be indoor bound most of the time. Avoiding occupational exposure to silica, pesticides, and mercury can also minimize the worsening of the disease. Thank you.